Good morning, good morning. Let's go. Welcome up to the live today. We got it with our 80s synthwave again. Let's go though. SPY is moving higher. New all-time highs have been achieved in pre-market today, although I will say I'm not too happy with it. The price action is not the best. We're moving back down here at open. We will be eyeing it up as the day progresses, but nonetheless, it is something to just keep on the radar here. Little 1 minute candle pullback at open. Watch for 672 to possibly act as some support. That would be one of the closer ones that I'm watching for here in the ultra short term. 672 to 671.80, pretty decent range there. A lot of bounces. Both directions, actually. What is going on? Joe Papa, Chill, Jake, Xavier, Jack, and Cole. Let's go. Good morning, good morning. Some decent headlines this morning, of course. One of the bigger ones out there. Looking at some interesting stuff this morning. Trilogy Metals is really what is moving up today. TMQ. Trilogy Metals up over 200%. 250%. My gosh, look at the bottom right. 256% right now. The U.S. took a stake in the mineral exploring company. That's pretty amazing to see. It's a Canadian mineral explorer. Trilogy Metals skyrocketed. Trump administration announced a $35.6 million investment to support mining exploration in Alaska. Makes the U.S. government a 10% shareholder in the company. I wonder if people with the company like that or not. I mean, I would definitely be happy with the share price increasing, but I'm not sure all these companies want the government to have a stake in them. Now, of course, some do. So I'm not saying all don't, but it is just something that I'm watching for there. Bit interesting, right? Obviously, probably more good than bad, but I'm sure some of these, especially if the people who run the company do not like the current administration, that would be pretty hilarious. We should check the elected officials who's buying into these companies. I wonder if any are getting into this one at all. I'm going to go to Capital Trades and check it out real quick. Oh, it's not letting me search just straight up stocks here. Let's do... Oh, yeah, here we go. Trilogy. Weird, it's not popping up for me. I wonder if there is any with Trilogy. I'll have to search into that a little bit more. Good morning, Dark O'Clock. I like that name. Doc. Good morning. Can you take a peek at SoFi? Thought they were going to trend down for a minute or two. SOFI. Let's see. Yeah, they really held support this morning. You know, there is a big support here on SoFi right at the high of day from yesterday, and they're actually holding it this morning in a really good way. So far, so good. Poet's printing, Michael said. P-O-E-T, Poet. Poet Technologies. Thing has been on fire lately. Look at Poet on the daily chart. My gosh. Wow, what a hold and rip. Had a big money trade on this one back on July 29th. Long time ago now at this point, but doing really well today. Wow, Poet is on fire. No kidding, Michael. 15%. Might even get higher than this, but it is right on resistance here, 740, so interesting to see. AMD with another gap up and even move it open. Nice. Yeah, good run overall here by AMD, continuing. Up another 6% on the day. Now, keep in mind yesterday it pulled back a lot, so to see some real significant action, we would need to hit like the high from yesterday. Either way, though, a lot of good action here. As we know, AMD is going crazy with the OpenAI stake. Taking a 10% stake in AMD. That's a pretty big stake. 6 gigawatts of AMD Instinct GPUs over multiple years with 1 gigawatt rolling out in 2026. Nonetheless, though, pretty big deal over multiple years. OpenAI is getting 160 million shares at 1 cent. Like it says there, share price milestones. That's one of the interesting points when you look at AMD's situation. Share price milestones. If we go to the details here, they escalate up to $600 a share. So a lot of people are asking, are we going to hit 600? I mean, that's a great question. You know, I mean, I would love to hit 600 on AMD, but again, that is a very tough call to make in my eyes. Very tough call. Amazon ripping up. Let's go see it. AMZN. A movement to the upside. Nice. Well above the highs from yesterday where it actually peaked out in pre-market too. Pretty good resistance, but moving higher. Like to see it. Good job by Amazon. We have Prime Day going on. I don't know if you guys knew that. It's Prime Day out there, so get ready to buy. Prime's big deals are starting now, apparently. That's just pretty funny. I just ran over to Amazon, saw some hilarious deals. Looking at some of these deals. I'm sad because I just bought a another car seat. I should have waited for Prime Day. Oh no, it's okay. The one I wanted's not even on sale. Look at that. Thanks a lot, Amazon. Thanks for nothing. All right, QQQ. Hitting resistance, 609.70. Wow. Kind of like the SPY. Both are touching resistance and dropping back down here. Watch yourselves as SPY testing support. I have a feeling we're going to see a lot of back and forth price action within this range. A lot. What's up, Jack? Chase. Yeah, hopefully Amazon's moving up with the Prime Day news. Now, of course, there will be news coming out about Prime Day numbers eventually, and that's where we'll start to really see some interesting action in my eyes. CNC rocket ship, Jack says. CNC Centene on fire in the short term. PLTR, Iceman said. I like CNC, though. Let's keep it going. CNC's up into the gap. As of the last few trading days, got up into the gap zone. Yesterday's red candle has been diminished by today. This is awesome. It's funny how CNC has strong negative correlation to SPY over the past year because it's just been dying. And SPY's been making new highs, so it's kind of funny. Good morning, Rick. How we doing? How we doing? I don't know if you saw the news yet or not, Rick, but Tesla released their robots. No, I'm just kidding. I figured I'd try to come up with something wild. Something for you. 442. Tesla is going to be releasing something today, though. I wonder what time this release is going to be. Definitely looking for it. Product launch. We'll see how it goes. There were some cryptic things with these Tesla releases. Watch this one. This one is one of the main ones. There were two main videos here with Tesla's release. Oh, come on. Now that I'm live, it's not going to play the video. Are you kidding me? Come on. Give me a break. They took it away now. Maybe it was loading? Okay, here we go. Please work. There we go. So this was a weird one. So this was the first of the two videos. This one had a fan, as it looks like. Now, this is a bit cryptic, guys, okay? I know a lot of you off the bat might think right away, boom, that's a car rim. It's a rim. It makes sense. You know, it's going in a circle. Duh. Watch how this middle part kind of oscillates a little bit. Where, if you don't know what oscillating is, it's where it just kind of rocks back and forth a little bit, but doesn't really fall. But it just rocks back and forth. A car rim would not do that. So this makes me think this is more of like a GPU fan or like a cooling system of some kind. But just check it out. It's pretty interesting. I thought that was pretty interesting, though. You know, very short, very cryptic video here. Oh, my God. If you click the replay button, it just does not work. Stupid. Stupid technology. All right, one more time. We'll watch it one more time. All right. Pretty neat. I thought it was pretty cool. And then we have one more. This is going to be the other Tesla video. Now, this one's not as crazy. It's a little bit, well, less crazy. It just shows headlights and some smoke. That's literally all it shows. I'm not even going to go through the trouble of getting this one going because it's literally just headlights and smoke. Now, if we look at the uncovered pictures of the new Tesla vehicle, we can see here. Oh, here we go. Headlights with the smoke. Note these lights, how they look. Look at the lights very closely at how they look. It looks just like this. Looks just like these lights. I don't know if all Tesla lights look like that. I don't think so, but they're supposed to be coming out with like a stripped down or more basic Model Y or Model 3. It's going to be interesting. Interesting Tesla vehicles coming out. When is the Tesla event? I know, I'm trying to find it myself here. I can't find anything. Rumors are saying 5 p.m. Pacific. So like 3 p.m. Central, like right as market closes, I guess. Good morning. Look at Ford. I know, Mr. Wu. Pulling back a bit. General Motors, actually, a little bit, too. How's Stellantis? STLA? Doing pretty good. Holding up well. I like it at 1106. Nice to see that. Microsoft giving back all the gains from yesterday, Yvonne said. Not quite all of them yet, but about halfway there. It is pretty rough. Gotta admit, pretty brutal. Amazon has been coiling for a while, Xavier said. AMZN. It had that nice run going on earlier today. Obviously slowed down now, yeah. Very choppy. It is almost coiling. Looks like that 220-ish support held up as of today. I had to get you, Rick. Flying car, you think it's for an aircraft? An aircraft. Now, that would be interesting, Steve. Saw something saying partnerships with Archer. I did see a rumor with that. I actually did see a rumor with Archer and Tesla, potentially. Now, that would be interesting. That would be really good for Archer, which is on fire here. Archer had that great move in after hours last night. Too bad they pulled back into this morning. Rocket Lab's heading to the moon, Mr. Wu says. RKLB. Wow, it really is. That is a great jump. $60.50 plus. Wow. RKLB, what a run. Look at that daily chart action. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 green candles in a row. Pretty solid. When Rocket Lab goes, it likes to run. I'm pointing to a previous breakout that they had, and my gosh, they have some great breakouts there. AMD's pulling back. Better not be. Come on, advanced money dispenser. Nah, it's up so much the past couple days, guys. Do not be surprised at all if it pulls back. It could be totally realistic that it forms a little lower high here. How's Microsoft? MSFT 530 resistance touching, moving back down. MSFT. UNH is falling again, Yvonne said. United Health pulling back. Look at that over the past, or just on the daily. It's been on fire lately. UNH. I like how you said falling again. I guess because it moved down yesterday a bit, but just keep your eyes on it because it's still above this critical range of support around 357. And with it holding above there, that's still a good sign for today. We might see it come back more, but it's still a good sign so far. It's been red for me because my price is 360.48. Oh, no. I see what you're saying. Now I see what you're saying. That makes sense. Look at Tessie starting to come back a bit from this morning's dip. Wow, that's a good comeback. I like it. Michael said, I missed you. Quad U's moving much higher today, 10.5%. Seems like every day these uranium/nuclear stocks are on fire. Look at SMR right now, NuScale. NuScale Power Corporation. This is a pretty insane run. SoFi is breaking out, Steve. Steve the Sauce Man. Let's go. What is going on, Steve? UUUU's actually at the top of our watch list today. Kind of strange. Nano Nuclear just under it at 10.33%. What a move out of these stocks. My gosh, the nuclear companies. They are killing it out there. CGC Canopy Growth. Even doing well. I like it. The MJ stocks. Tilray. Look at Tilray. Hold that $1.50 support coming back up pretty well here. Wow. That is a great sign to see it holding support so well like that. That is actually awesome. I did not think that that would end up playing out that way. CGC held its support well too. We got some more MJ news out here, or is it just moving? Virginia lawmakers discuss steps to Prepare state to legalize the recreational marijuana sales next year. Oh boy. Sounds good if you're in Virginia. Or bad, depending how you feel, but Palantir is reclaiming 185. Hope it holds here and keeps going. Palantir crushing it. 182 break today. Sheesh, yeah, they are on fire. They might just make a new all-time high here. They may as well do it, considering how good they've been lately. Might as well. Little double top action on the daily chart. To really make an all-time high, they'll need to get to 190 plus. Let me check the hourly just to make sure. Yep, right around 190. That'd be where it needs to get. Nvidia's on fire. Oh, the chip stocks coming alive. There we go. Up 1.6%. Pretty good. Nice and respectable move by Nvidia today. Nothing crazy, but respectable. Pretty straight up from open, which is good if you're a bull. Nvidia is the highest weighted stock in the S&P, so it going green is a big deal. What should the profit target be for Nvidia, Yvonne said? 190 is what I would look for. You might be able to extend it out past that potentially, but I would definitely look to take profits as we get close to 190, just in case of a resistance touch and pullback there. Ha! Jake spoke too soon about energy fuels. Second you said it, Jake, it hit resistance, right? Every time. URA, wow. A lot of these nuclear stocks started really pulling back as we looked at them. What's up, Silent Ninja? How are you doing today? Thanks for joining up. Yusu says, what goes on in Virginia stays in Virginia. Oh no. Be careful out there. Michael said, please, it's pronounced nuclear. Nuclear. Let's look it up. Let's make sure we're saying it right. I always say nuclear stocks. Nuclear. Watch Michael. No one knows how to say it right. All right, here we go.
A lot of people react strongly to the pronunciation of the word nuclear as nuclear. It gets on their nerves. And it's true that nuclear is considered stigmatized, meaning that while some educated speakers say it this way, others think that it's questionable or unacceptable. But let's think for a minute about why this particular pronunciation, nuclear, is used by so many people. There are lots of words, some of them very common words, that have the pattern we hear in nuclear. Words like muscular, popular, circular, regular, molecular, and cellular. But the phonetic pattern for nuclear only shows up in pretty rarely heard words, the medical terms cochlear and trochlear. We simply hear one pattern much more frequently than we hear the other, and by analogy, many people's ears gravitate toward the more common sound. Even if you dislike the nuclear option, it's good to know that there's probably a linguistic reason behind it.
It's so complicated that even Merriam-Webster had to put out a video explaining that there's like two ways that people say it, essentially. So funny. Aluminum or aluminium? Yeah, see, yeah, there you go, Jake. Yep. There's another one. There's another one. Language is weird. You know, the more that I get into language, it gets more complicated, right? More complicated. The hardest thing for me is people's names. You know, that's my biggest thing that I'm most worried about. Normally, I just ask, though. So, nuclear instead of nuclear. Although, it said that it said both ways, so why didn't it tell us the correct one? I'm going with nuclear as the better one, like circular. Tesla, I like that overhead wick though. 452.50. Looks like it's having a lot of trouble breaking through that area today. It's forming these new highs of the day, or highs from open, and as it forms these new highs, it barely breaks the previous one by just mere cents in some cases, and then, you know, rejects right back, even on the most recent one again, by mere cents over the other one, and goodbye, right back down. Bit strange, shows some weakness there at the top. Michael said, nuclear is wrong, I was kidding. Well, you know, unfortunately, it's you weren't totally wrong. So I just watched a video from the Merriam-Webster dictionary themselves talking about it. You can say it both ways, apparently. Kidding or not, it ended up sparking interest in my mind. 608.90 on QQQ, bouncing a lot. We might see a breakdown. Oh no. Rick. That's funny. He says, I don't give a frog's flying fat ass how you say it, as long as I know what you're talking about, but good to know. That's normally my take on it too, Rick, but don't worry. People watching will start yelling at me, so. We have Tesla still pulling back. Okay, that rejection there is pretty rough that we just saw. Curious if it's going to hold this pullback or not. 448 will be a big level to hold. If it does not hold 448, we might see more of a pullback come in. Oh God, Rick said, how do we say garage, how they say garage in the UK? Did the US hijack these words? And say, hey, we're going to pronounce it different. Kind of, I guess. I used to work with somebody that was from South Africa who lived in Britain for most of their lives. And they would tell me all types of funny stuff. Like the phones they called tellies. They called stoplights something else. They called, like you said, garage was garage. It was strange, right? They said everything different. It was pretty wild how much things were different. Even just like the convenience store was called something else. Or like, you know, the grocery store or something. Do you think Nike will continue down to fill that big gap from June? Oof. The big gap from June. Now that was a pretty big gap. It need to hit around 65 to fill it, and to really fill it, it would need to hit like 63, but 65 would be good enough. It looks like it wants to. I'm not going to lie. It's been in a pretty bad downtrend here. I could see it filling. I could see it. Before ultimately running higher. I do feel like Nike's trying to form a base down here. I'm surprised Nike's fallen this much after peaking out. Elevators or lifts. Take away instead of take out. Okay, that's another one. Okay. Yeah, stuff like that. Exactly. Yep. It is crazy how they pronounce things differently, isn't it? But yeah, either way, you know, I just want to make sure we're saying things right. One second, guys. All right. Here we go. Sorry about that. We have Tesla here on the 5-minute charts. Pulling back a bit. Are we going to get a dip buy? We're holding at support here. 448 to 448. Well, no, you know what? More like 447.90 to 448. Really good hold, though. Nice and consistent. Tom, do you think IREN will hit its pre-market high today? Irene. No, IREN. Pre-market highs all the way up around 65. Personally, based on the price action IREN is putting up, I don't really see it. I feel like it's going to either reject here or reject overhead at the next resistance around 62. I don't really see that myself today based off the current setup. Anything's possible, I guess, but I personally don't today. McDavid just got paid. Rook said hockey starting this week. Any futures picks? I heard that he went there on a discount, Mason. I heard he's only making like $12 million a year or something. It's wild to say the dude's only making $12 million. Oh, that's funny. 25, yeah, $12.5 million, 2-year, $25 million deal. Yep. Everyone said that he went there on a discount. Hope maybe they'll win. Who knows? Maybe he wants to stay good. I know Crosby played with some played on some discounts to make sure his team was good for a while. Ooh, Michael said I was gonna put money on the Chiefs last night. Glad I didn't. I can't believe what happened with that Chiefs game. My gosh. He'd rather than pay for better players. Ah, Brady was the best at discounts. Yes, you're right. Brady did do that a lot too. Yep. Hey, that's part of the reason probably why he's the GOAT. All those extra players that they had all the time. Look at QQQ at 6'10". Buffalo losing to New England was a surprise too. I didn't even see that one. QQQ's having some lower highs today. Having some trouble getting some action going past 610. A lot of rejection happening here. We go to the watch list. The metals company is now leading the way. Nothing's over 10% now as a lot of these nuclear stocks pulled back. Energy fuels, okay. Back-to-back primetime riggeries. Look at Intel moving here this morning. Nice action again by them. They ran up to 38 initially at open. They have been consolidating, but they do look like a pretty decent dip buy opportunity here today. Go to the daily chart. They had pulled back the past couple trading days. They're starting to get things going again. This looks pretty perfect for a dip buy if we're looking for this trend to continue. Stocks love going up and posting a couple red days as consolidation. Intel even has already done it on the way up. Note the price action of the daily candles here at that arrow. I'll draw a new arrow. Same thing. Kind of like what we're seeing here. Very similar price action. Very similar. I don't think it's just you, Yvonne. It's a lot of stocks are starting to pull back intraday. I can't lie. Especially a lot of growth stocks that we've been watching that have been popping up today. Varoom says, do you guys follow crypto? Not too much, but there's obviously a lot of people in here that do. I normally am not a big crypto player or follower myself. Now, we do look at Bitcoin from time to time and some of the bigger ones like Ripple or XRP or, you know, Ethereum. But yeah, we're not necessarily doing that. Oh, was that a joke? I was wondering what that was. All right, knock knock. Who's there, Mason? Who's there? Oklo's in the red now, Yvonne said. ATCH. ATCH who? Atch. What is happening? Oh, I see. God bless you. What kind of joke is that? You need to go in the knock knock joke prison for that one. What? Ach. What? We need some Halloween jokes for my daughter to tell people. It's too bad she can't talk quite yet. I'd have her saying some funny ones, but... Mason goes, I'm gonna head out. I'm embarrassed. My dad used to always tell me jokes to say to the people whenever we'd walk up to houses to do trick-or-treating. He'd always have some funny ones, I'd say. Why don't skeletons fight? They don't have the guts. That's a pretty good one, yep. I like that one. Even sticks with the theme. Looking at the watch list again. Energy Fuels back on top, up 9.6%. It is doing pretty well here. SMR trying to come up off the dip, but Energy Fuels really nice. There we go. Why don't skeletons go to parties? They have no body to go with. That's pretty good too. I like these skeleton jokes. These are pretty hilarious. All these dad jokes. Yeah, we're coming up with Halloween jokes to tell the kids. Or, well, for the kids to tell people to get candy, I guess, but... My dad had some funny ones. I can't even say them on the stream. CCJ trying to move. Kamiko, 8750. You know what? I haven't even talked about that yet, Mason. I haven't even looked into it yet. That's funny. I need to. It's about that time. We'll go like Spirit Halloween or something. I don't know. Do you guys have Spirit Halloweens by you, or is that something that you just, is it only by me? I don't know. I don't know how all that works. Oh, you do? Okay. That's cool. It's wild how those businesses work. I don't know if you guys saw this, but I saw that they were doing Spirit Christmas this year. There's going to be Spirit Christmas, apparently. Yeah, their business model is weird. Like, I've actually watched documentaries on it. That's how weird it is. But yeah, they're doing Christmas ones this year too, so make sure you guys check those out. The channel is sponsored by Spirit Halloween and Spirit Christmas. Use code StockedUp. No, I'm kidding. Your daughter's 5? Nice, Yvonne. It said your daughter's terrified of that store. Oh, yeah. I used to be scared walking around in it. Yeah, they are scary. Mason says they're scary and I'm 23. Yeah, they are pretty crazy. CoreWeave up a little bit today, around 3%. You know, the good thing about CoreWeave is that it's had some nice consistent price action. It's not like it ran up 7% and now fell down. Do they do trick-or-treating in other countries? Do you guys know that? Like, everyone listening right now who's in, like, the Philippines or, you know, Asia or something, let me know. Do they do that? Is there a such thing like that over there? Or I feel like that's not something people would do. Gotta run, Jake said. Have a great morning. You too, Jake. You too. Have a great one. Hopefully I see you tomorrow. Jeanette said, no, it's a North America thing. Ah, okay. I kind of thought so, but I didn't quite know. I haven't heard of people in Europe dressing up like maniacs and going and asking for candy. I've never heard of that one before, but... What did I miss, Rick said? Dad jokes? Ah, yeah. Yeah, we were doing a couple dad jokes, you know, trying to get some Halloween jokes together is what we were doing. She said we can only go to not scary houses. My house would be perfect then. We've got a couple pumpkins out there, that's it. Yeah, let's do some chat GPT. Let's see. Ooh. All right, I got one. All right. This is a Chat GPT special. Why don't stock traders ever get scared on Halloween? Because they've already survived a bear market. That's pretty funny. Why did Dracula take cold medicine? Because he was coughing too much. That's actually a good one. I like that one. That one's solid, I gotta say. GPT did good. Did good on that. Intel made a new high of the morning up to 38. That's pretty solid, Intel. $38, not bad at all. Rick says, trying to remember one. Either vampire or skeleton, can't remember. Why couldn't they have kids? Because the dad had a Halloweenie. Oh, no. Oh, no. That's a great one, but I'm not telling that one to my daughter. I'll tell you that. SMCI trying to move a bit. Had some action at open today, but slowed down. Was there some news with SMCI this morning? Why were they moving so good? Pre-market. Weird, I don't really see anything. Dell was moving, though. Maybe they were moving with Dell. It was at the same time, so. BMNR. Ooh, pulling back. Damn. That's an unfortunate drop-off today. Too bad it had to have that breakout in pre-market. That could have been a good break for it open, but... SMCI is such a slowpoke for movement. I just had to take profit and move on. Hey, sometimes that's good to do, eh? At least you walked away profitable, Dark. Especially on something you didn't like, necessarily. Yvonne said, stay or go on UNH and BMNR. Both look a bit brutal this morning. I would say cut BMNR if it falls under 61.47. So 61.47 on BMNR. UNH I would cut if 357 breaks. Yeah, the resistance on BMNR is pretty solid overhead if we zoom out. It fell back under again too, which isn't a good sign. Mason saw the new Conjuring. Wow. Those movies are crazy, man. So BMNR is 61.50. What was the other one? Oh, UNH. That's right. UNH is 357. Oh, you're good. No problem. It's hard to hear, too, you know. If I say it once, I could see forgetting it. Matt said the music today isn't doing it for them. So here's the old one. Switch back. Okay. All right. Here's the real synthwave. Yep. Oh yeah, I could have just wrote them down. That would have been the... Or typed them out. That would have been the easy way to go. Check on Tessie. Don't forget about Tesla's announcement today. I keep seeing things saying 5 p.m. Pacific. So keep that in mind. The lack of sleep's killing Yvonne, they said. Ever since their daughter was born 5 years ago, they haven't had a solid night's sleep. Wow. I'm lucky with mine, I guess. Mine sleeps like an angel, luckily. Yeah, that's generally what the assumption is, Rook. But I have a feeling that there's going to be multiple things, actually, said and released. There was a cooling fan video put out, too, that's a pretty big deal. But alrighty, guys. Gold has crossed $4,000 an ounce. Isn't that insane? At least the spot price did, even though ours doesn't show it here, but that is crazy. Wow. Or gold futures did, actually. GC. There we go. Yep. GC above 4,000 an ounce. That is insane. But alrighty, guys, we are going to call it here today. I have some stuff to get done in the background. Glad to be here this morning, though. Nice and, I guess, crazy with some of these growth stocks, we'll say. Nice action at open. A lot of them dipped, but they are starting to come up off of dips. So keep your eyes on stuff like UUUU for a possible dip buy scenario. Maybe NNE or, yeah, nanonuclear coming back well. Might make a new high of the day here. Intel was looking decent. Advanced Money Dispenser coming up off their dip too. So let's go, let's go. Yeah, and make sure to check out tonight's video. Dark O'Clock says, looking forward to the video later. See you mañana. Yes, let's go. Boom. Hope to see you all there tonight in the comments section. Let's get it. We're all the way to October 7th now. Pretty crazy to say. The time is flying, but alrighty, guys. I will talk to you later. If you need anything, make sure to email Tom at StockedUp.University or just message me in Discord. Easy peasy. Alrighty, let's go. Have a great one, guys.